Spring weather changes quickly. A sunny shift can turn into a severe storm in minutes. And when you are working 20 feet in the air on a pole, a ladder, or in a bucket truck, those sudden weather shifts amplify your risk of injury. To navigate these conditions safely, you need to master the 4-step spring storm safety protocol. By the end of this training, you will know the precise environmental triggers that tell you exactly when to exercise your stop work authority. Before you even start your shift, you have 2 prerequisites to clear. You must actively monitor your weather apps and mentally map out the layout and shelter options at your daily worksite. Methodical maintaining proactive environmental awareness, backed by a clear set of rules, gives you a reliable defense against rapidly changing weather. Step 1 is the rain and ground check. You must physically inspect both your climbing surfaces and the terrain beneath your equipment. This diagram shows the side-by-side force distribution of a bucket truck outrigger. On dry ground, the support is firm and even, but on saturated muddy ground, the outrigger sinks into the mud, actively shifting the truck's center of gravity and compromising its stability. Never assume that wet soil can safely support the immense weight of an extended outrigger or the base of your ladder. Rain also brings a secondary hazard to roadside work zones: reduced visibility. Passing drivers will have a much harder time seeing you and your safety cones through heavy rain. If the ground density is compromised or passing traffic cannot clearly see your workspace, the site is structurally unsafe to operate on, no matter how urgent the task is. Step 2 is the wind and gear check. High wind directly impacts the mechanics of working on elevated platforms. As wind speeds increase, you need to continuously assess your physical balance and check whether your ladder or bucket is starting to wobble. You also need to tether or safely store all loose tools and materials immediately. Sudden, severe gusts can easily catch untethered tools left out on the platform and turn them into high-velocity airborne projectiles. The absolute trigger here is physical control. If you lose your balance or your platform begins to sway, work stops immediately. High winds strip away your physical control over your body and your equipment, turning standard daily tasks into immediate hazards. Step 3 is the lightning protocol, which addresses the invisible, highly conductive threat of electrical storms. This cross-section shows the conductive pathway of a lightning strike. Telecom infrastructure and aerial equipment act as massive lightning rods, channeling electricity straight down. The hazard continues as current travels into the ground, spreading outward into a lethal strike radius. Many technicians mistakenly believe a storm has to look close to pose a threat. It does not. The non-negotiable rule is this: if you hear thunder, you stop work instantly. Descend from your height and seek shelter indoors or inside a hard-topped vehicle. Thunder is not an early warning system. It is absolute proof that lightning is already within a lethal striking distance of your site. Step 4 is the tornado shelter protocol. When a tornado warning is issued, you must respond immediately with zero hesitation. Your primary goal is to abandon the work site and get inside a sturdy building for shelter. Remaining in a bucket truck, on a ladder, or near a pole places you in the most dangerous possible locations during tornadoes. Avoid these entirely. If there are no buildings available, execute the secondary shelter protocol. Locate a low-lying ditch, lay completely flat on your stomach, and protect your head with your hands. Laying in a low-lying area keeps your body below the path of high-velocity horizontal debris, allowing wind to pass over you rather than into you. Surviving a tornado relies entirely on knowing exactly where your nearest safe shelter is before the sirens ever sound. Those are your 4 triggers: ground stability failure from rain, gear insecurity from high winds, the sound of thunder, and issued tornado warnings. You now have a complete, actionable framework to accurately read your environment for severe weather hazards. Using your stop work authority is not a request. It is an absolute right, and it is your operational responsibility. Trust your environmental assessments. When conditions meet any of these triggers, use your authority to halt operations without hesitation and without fear of reprisal. A reliable safety culture relies on your individual courage to enforce this protocol, stop the job, and protect yourself.